start with background of NICSI, and then of course little bit what experience I carry with me. So NICSI is Section 8, that is not-for-profit organization of NIC under Ministry of Electronics and IT. This was established in 1995, August 1995, with the objective of socio-economic development. This is when I said that it is a not-for-profit organization. Means it is not-for-profit because it is for socio-economic development. The initial idea was to help NIC in execution of various projects. So, I mean, procurements, development and rollout. These becomes a seamless exercise for taking these projects into the field. NICSI's mandate, when we talk about, this covers central government organizations, state government organizations, public sector undertakings, and the autonomous bodies. So this is our user base, you can say. Now, what makes NICSI as a unique organization in the field of ICT is basically that we have got technical support, handholding, guidance from NIC, and then we have got mentorship of the Ministry of Electronics and IT, so that places us in a unique position. Now, telling about myself, I have got close to 3 decades of experience. Prior to this assignment, I was SIO Bihar, so I worked for ICT application, ICT consulting for the state of Bihar. Before that, I worked with central ministries at various mission board projects, which include ministries like Ministry of External Affairs, Home Affairs, Immigration Services, Health, Ministry of Labour for EPF. These are the key areas. And when we talk about mission mode project, this is passport, e-passport, IPFRT, are the mission mode projects which have been implemented with me as the team member at different positions. Now, coming to your question about how NICSI is helping the governments in the field of AI, cloud and cybersecurity. Yes, you are right that after Digital India program, which was launched by Government of India in 2015, so there has been a exponential growth in ICT asks by the government departments. At the same time, there has been exponential growth in citizen expectations. So both ways, basically, there has been exponential growth, and NICSI is there to bridge it. When you are talking about the specific initiatives, I will say that NICSI established Center of Excellence for Data Analytics, we call it as CIDA. NICSI established AI Medha, which is a platform for AI applications, AI models. So the various LLM models shall be part of this platform, and which shall be ultimately catering to these government applications. To start with NIC applications. You talked about cloud. So we have support system with 4 of the cloud data centers as of today. 5th one is being built up by NICSI, and that is at Guwahati. We call it as National Data Center for Northeastern regions. So that will cater, part of that will cater for Northeast states, and rest of the basically for other center or the state government departments. This is how we are extending support to government in terms of these data center developments, the cloud infrastructure development. Now again, because NICSI is not-for-profit organizations, so whatever surplus we get out of our operating margin or whatever the savings we get, this we all eventually invest into the ICT infrastructure development for the nation. You talked about cybersecurity. To talk in brief, cybersecurity, as all of us know, this is very critical area these days, which has impact on every citizen. Now that days have changed, when we are talking about if you are user of a smart device or a smartphone, then only you are vulnerable to cybersecurity attacks, but not now. Even if you are interacting through that normal mobile phone, feature phone and all, then also you are the equally at risk. Cyber attacks, those incidents, this is again there is exponential growth. It is not in India only, but at global level, there is exponential growth. And when we talk about India, so as our economy is growing, cyber security attacks are also growing. So this is again a very, I will say that directly proportionate. And as you grow, there will be attacks which carry on with time. So NICSI is supporting government in all three areas. Now, digitization in India started 2 decades back, and then basically we have grown exponentially in Digital India under Digital India program. So effectively, if you see that on application front, those applications which were developed some point in time, they have outlived their life. When you talk about infrastructure front, again the infrastructure is also outlived, because all this started after 2002 under NICSI plan of Ministry of Electronics and IT. So effectively, you are right that both infrastructure and applications, they are outlived of their lives, and then there is a redevelopments which are going in both areas. Again, that because user requirements, user needs, citizen asks, they have been ever increasing. Hence, there are structural changes in the software side. Accordingly, there are changes in the requirement of hosting infrastructure for these applications. How NICSI is ensuring that these applications are interoperable? That primarily because we are following the various standards which have been in place in Government of India, that is for metadata. For example, eGov standards are one of the standards which are in place, which are being followed by the applications which are being developed under supervision or with a partnership as system integrator for these government departments. Say, for example, one of the applications we will talk about is e-passport. So e-passport is one of the projects which NICSI is executing for Ministry of External Affairs. Why I am giving you the specific example of e-passport is because e-passport is something like international document which is authenticated, validated all borders, that is Indian borders as well as foreign borders, which again contain all type of countries, whether it is developed country, developing countries or the underdeveloped countries. So this is what these requirements. Now, when we talk about passports, there are standards. When we talk about e-passport, there are standards. So what we do is basically that we are working for the international standards also, which are, for example, when we are talking about international travel document, we are talking about International Civil Aviation Organization, ICO. So their standards we are using to ensure that that e-passports are also interoperable with the countries. Whomsoever are issuing e-passports, whomsoever are sharing their DS information with us for verification at our end. So both ways, so bilateral or multilateral, you can see that Indian passports are read at other immigration checkposts, whether they are equipped with E or without E. Similarly, foreign e-passports or the foreign normal passport, they are validated and authenticated at the Indian immigration checkposts. When we talk about NICSI's role or NICSI's working In short, I will say that it is we are identifying right technology which suits the specific use case and the right partner. So this is the motto basically, that right technology and right partner, extending these services to our various use cases, because there is, as it is, there is no technology or no partner which can work in all the areas in governance. So we are accordingly identifying those and what is important. When we talk about AI and its application, because application with the respective use case is very important. So the area which we are talking about, the governance. So let us see that how AI or any data analytics helps government is basically number one is policy planning. Number two is service planning or the resource planning, this is resource channelization, and eventually moving from e-governance to, let us say, smart governance. So these are the primarily two areas, that is planning of resources, oblique service, and the policy planning. They are the key two areas where this is working. Now, when we talk about planning, we talk about the education in the field, for example, health, agriculture. These are the areas where AI-driven applications, AI-driven initiatives, they are basically helping governments as well as citizens also. There are both type of usages are there for governments and for the users. What NICSI is doing is basically NICSI have partnered with NICSI, Center of Excellence for AI of NICSI, and then we are developing various models which shall be domain specific, and they will be hosted on platforms, AI platforms, and which will be used by for these applications, which will ultimately help governments. Based on the use case, based on the domain, our teams are basically identifying the KPIs for implementation of the effective implementation of the AI. NICSI is working in different models of cloud applications. Say, for example, we started with our own cloud infrastructure. Now, that cloud infrastructure is not sufficient for meeting the user requirements, which are these ministries, departments, and these applications. So what we did is that we have gone ahead with the one PPP model, that is we have partnered with industry for development of these clouds, and what will happen is these clouds, cloud infrastructure shall be created on NICSI premises, where the strategic control remains with NICSI, where all the operations, be it cybersecurity or be it physical security, so both aspects are governed by NICSI. Technology we are upgrading from time to time when we talk about the scalability. Now, because cloud infrastructure needs are again increasing, what we are doing is basically we have rather decided to go for empowerment of cybersecurity data centers. We see that these were technically empowered by UAT by defining various guidelines. We call it as CSPs, cloud service providers. Now, they will not be on NICSI premises, but they will be hosted within India. So the applications which are less sensitive in nature, or the user decides, whether the user decides that such cloud infrastructure will also be sufficient for them, but provide a uniform technical infrastructure as well as uniform costing. So those will be coming up with the CSPs. NICSI is also planning to have setup for co-locations. So there are certain applications where the user wishes to go for its own infrastructure, hosting its own infrastructure, call it as co-location infrastructure. So NICSI is also in the process of identifying those data centers with the industries as well as the state government department. This is still at discussion level, but we shall be shortly coming out with this proposition also, that state data centers who have some additional capacity which they can share with us, or the data centers which have been developed by the industry, the rack spaces are available, they can share with them, so that we can provide that opportunity also to our user, so that ICT infrastructure is hosted by the user department, but non-IT infrastructure is provided by them. There are various options that this will be under physical access of user departments on need basis. Otherwise, this will be a common infrastructure. Means eventually we will have our own cloud infrastructure. We will have PPP model for cloud infrastructure. Rather, we have both. We will have empaneled cloud service providers, and we will have empaneled colo providers. Well, you are right that AI has its own challenges. When we talk about social front, definitely there are challenges on society and also to the cyber security. As it is, there is no concrete initiative by NICSI on towards this bias accountability and all those areas, but we are starting with the awareness program. For example, on 11th of February, we organized on behalf of Ministry of Electronics and IT, we organized a program in Safer Internet Day. So there was our first program which we initiated with the field. That was organized across all the states. Each district has covered at least one block, and total footfall was close to 3 lakhs by the citizen and by other medias and channels. This has covered. So this was the first initiative which we have taken, and again we are planning that we will have such programs during October of the coming year, this year. So this will be our initiative towards public awareness or citizen awareness towards AI and towards cyber security, and then we will work towards other ethical issues also in the future.
You mean you're saying ethical AI is definitely crucial, and without transparency and accountability, public trust can be addressed.
Yeah.
We have another major concern, which is security, especially with the rising threat landscape. And cyber attacks on government infrastructure have become more sophisticated nowadays. What proactive cyber security measures is NICSI implementing to safeguard this critical system?
NICSI is complementing NICSI for various applications, and that includes cyber security too. So when we talk about support towards cyber security, NICSI is organizing various programs for CISOs and deputy CISOs of ministries and departments as of now at central level. NICSI is supporting NIC's cyber security initiatives. NICSI is starting its own platform for cyber security, where we are planning to have various range of cyber security tools that will be in place and which can be used by our user departments as per their requirements and as per their need basis.
So it's like it is about staying ahead the threat before they happen. So NICSI is working on that.
That's it.
Right. So innovation often thrives on collaboration. So many government organizations are now engaging with startups, tech firms, and academia to drive new solutions. How is NICSI fostering such partnerships to accelerate this digital transformation in nation's journey?
NICSI is basically, when we are talking about its initiatives, we have taken few initiatives when we are working with the startup and MSME. So this is development on one front. We have partnership with various institutions, which include few of the IITs. For example, IIT Patna is one of the agencies where we are partnering for development of various products. In the area of cyber security, we are under process of finalizing an MOU with National Forensic Science University for development of indigenous tools for cyber security, for providing cyber security expertise, because they are the institutions who are working in the field of cyber security too. They are working in the field of AI too. So we are working with them that how we can collaborate with them on improving cyber security posture for our government departments, government applications. When we talk about partnering with these industries, we are looking into on development of various tools which can be developed in-house within the country, eventually resulting into Indian IPR. So we that way will say that we are working towards a shift from software by Indians to software by India, so that the software being developed are developed in our country. They are indigenous. The IPR is also within the country, so that there is no outflow. That will have economic effect as well as greater security on cyber security, because the entire data, entire tool that is within the country, that is indigenous, so that will support us in that also. Though NICSI's mandate covers central government, state government for extending these services, citizen services to grassroots, we have started interactions with public sector undertakings. To start with, we are working with the energy sector, that is both oil and coal, on how we can help them in their supply chain management, how we can help them in, because when we have been talking about the IT security, so we are working towards how we can help them in their OT security too, because the NCIPC has declared these type of infrastructure, and the energy is the key infrastructure, key domain for critical infrastructure. So we are working with them and how we can help these organizations in protecting their critical infrastructure on OT technologies too, in addition to that.